The members of Foundation Beyond Belief demonstrate humanism at its best by supporting efforts to improve this world and this life. Every quarter we feature 5 outstanding charities, one each in the categories Poverty and Health, The Natural World, Education, Human Rights, and Challenge the Gap. Our members can distribute their donations any way they choose. Some focus on a single area, like human rights or poverty, while others split their donations among any combination of the 5 categories. The choice is always in their hands. Featured in Poverty and Health is One Acre Fund, a smart, efficient organization revolutionizing agriculture in Africa, one family farm at a time. 1 Acre supplies farmers with eco-friendly seed and fertilizer, then trains the farmers in best practices from planting to selling. These are not handouts, but tools that provide lasting benefits. On average, this intervention doubles income for these farm families while strengthening local economies and establishing better food security. So far, 1 Acre Fund has served over 135,000 families. Efforts like these are a big part of the reason that the UN's Millennium Development Goal of cutting extreme poverty in half by 2015 is currently on target. In the Natural World category, we're supporting Trees, Water, and People, an environmental group that helps guide planting, clean water, renewable energy, and latrine projects across Central America, East Africa, and on the Pine Ridge Reservation in the U.S. By directly involving local communities in these projects, Trees, Water, and People helps them create a sense of ownership and strengthen the long-term goals of sustainability. Natural resources are best protected when local people play an active role in their care and management. This lines up perfectly with the UN's environmental targets for 2015. Reading is crucial to education, but too many low-income children have limited access to books. That's why in our education category this quarter, we're proud to feature Bernie's Book Bank, a nonprofit collecting new and gently used books in the Chicago area and redistributing them to low-income schools. In the past 3 years, Bernie's has put over 1 million books in children's hands. With a current goal to increase that rate to 1 million books a year, our support will help them achieve that goal. Many of our members like the idea of expressing humanistic generosity across lines of belief, so we created a category called Challenge the Gap, which features one charity each quarter that's based in another worldview. To be considered, the charity must work for the common good and must never proselytize their religion. This quarter's Challenge the Gap charity is Trua, an organization of Jewish religious leaders working for the human rights of all people. In doing so, they sometimes find themselves at odds with other Jewish leaders, such as their demand for fair and humane treatment of Palestinians, their work to combat Islamophobia in Israel and the U.S., and their outspoken support of marriage equality for gays and lesbians. Their efforts to work across religious boundaries for the common good makes Trua a perfect fit for Challenge the Gap. Finally, we're thrilled to announce the return of the Innocence Project of Texas as our human rights beneficiary. The Innocence Project is dedicated to securing freedom for people imprisoned in Texas for crimes they did not commit. Texas leads the U.S. in executions, but it also leads in the number of DNA-based exonerations. The latest success of the Innocence Project was in February of this year, when Randolph Arledge walked free 30 years after a wrongful conviction, thanks to DNA evidence and the help of the Innocence Project. By educating the public, the Innocence Project also seeks to expose the junk science that is being used to secure convictions through fraudulent and inaccurate evidence. The Foundation also supports smaller projects putting compassionate humanism to work. This quarter's small grant award goes to the Pathfinders Project, a global service corps for humanists, launching this summer.
My name is Connor Robinson, and I'm the director of Pathfinders Project. Pathfinders Project is a year-long international service trip for humanists. It's going to take 4 humanists around the world to do clean water, education, and human rights service projects in Asia, Africa, and Latin America. It's also going to give them the opportunity to collect data on potential countries and partner organizations for the launch of the Humanist Service Corps in 2015-2016.
Pathfinders is the first major step toward an eventual ongoing Humanist Service Corps through Foundation Beyond Belief. Visit our website to add your donation to this groundbreaking effort. Foundation Beyond Belief is a 100% pass-through organization, meaning we don't keep any portion of the funds designated for our featured charities. If you are a secular person looking for a community of compassionate humanists, join us for as little as $5 a month at foundationbeyondbelief.org. Foundation Beyond Belief. Humanist giving.